Hello and good evening and welcome to the Gingerbets Golf Betting Insights weekly YouTube show. This week it's the 2022 Masters preview and I'm joined by Danny Speck. Danny's going to be bringing us his best picks for this week's event. He's got 5 of them and I'm looking forward to hearing who they are and the reasons why. It's going to be an exciting show. The format for tonight, we're going to try and keep it to 20 minutes. We're going out live to a few different channels. I'm not sure where, who or what, but it's our first go. We'll give it our best shot. So please bear with us if there's any technical errors and the odd bit of mistake here and there. But the format's going to be, we're going to have a quick talk about the Augusta course and the setup itself. Look at the key skill sets that are going to be required to lift that trophy come Sunday night, or should I say wear that green jacket. And then we're going to go into Danny's 5 best selections. I'm going to bring you my best 5 outsiders. And that's because those of you that have tuned into the channel earlier today will have already got access to my best 5 picks. So I don't want to repeat those and bore you all. Welcome, Danny.
Jack, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you. Yeah.
Finally.
Any more winners since the Players' Championship?
I haven't. I've been on a bit of a cold run, we'd say.
It's all right. You can't be as cold as me. I'm freezing.
What a time to turn it around this would be. And it feels like it was forever ago that we saw Matsuyama wear the green jacket. So best week of the golfing calendar year for me. This is.
For sure. Yeah. No sleepless nights tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday night.
Like Christmas.
Yeah, it's like Christmas, isn't it? It's sad to admit it, but I'm sure that there's plenty of you out there that will agree this is the one. I know people talk about the claret jug later in the year, but there's nothing better than the pristine, manicured lawns of Augusta National. So
couldn't agree more with that.
Well, for those of you that are listening, we're going to have a little breakdown of the course, and then we're going to go into the key skill sets required. So very simply, this is a par 72 that faces the Players this week, circa 7,500 yards from the tips, and it could play longer. The weather is forecast to have some rain in the air in the local area in the next 24 and 48 hours. So could we see conditions like we did in 2020 now? I'm getting mixed up with the years. It was where it was very soft. I'm not sure it'll be that soft, but I am expecting it to play slightly softer, certainly Thursday and Friday. The way that Augusta is dealt with, the fairways are mown backwards towards the tee, so this makes the course play even longer. The ball doesn't run out off the driver or on the 3 woods from the tee box, so that makes the course circa 7,800 yards, according to some experts out there. And you've got the undulations to contend with. The pins will repel all the balls from the hole this week. Maybe not Sunday. There are a few exceptions where they look to make it entertaining and the ball feeds towards the hole. But in general, here at Augusta National, the ball is repelled away from the pin, putting an emphasis on short game, because even the most elite iron players in the world will be missing greens 20-25% of the time this week. Danny, anything else to add on the course from you?
I think you summed it up pretty well there.
What are you looking for this week in terms of attributes then for your players?
For me, my summary: you need an amazing short game. I think that's pretty obvious. Solid tee to green again, like most weeks really on the PGA Tour. I think you need a powerful driver. I think they've succeeded in the past. And also a stat I always like around Augusta is good par 5 scoring, because anyone who's won before, they always take part of the par 5s throughout the week. And I think the winner this week will be up there in the par 5 scoring stat. So
no, I couldn't agree more. Par 5 definitely important. I actually think the par 4s are more important than people give credit to. I think the par 5s are there for the taking for more or less anyone in the field. Maybe not VJ and a few Mike Ware and a few of those old boys, but they are there for even your Kisners and your Webb Simpsons. It's the par 4s, certainly the ones that are 500 yards long, that I think put a real premium on playing them well.
I actually saw a stat earlier on, testing my memory a little bit, but I think it was the last 15 winners of the Masters, and they were 132 under on par 5s combined. Wow. So yeah, you have to score well on the par 5s. I think definitely 13 and 15 present good chances, and there's risk and reward on the 15th, isn't there, with the water if you go too long, and there's water if you're too
Yeah.
short. So yeah.
Well, that's been the talk of the town today, hasn't it? Rory's been working on his distance control because he flies that 15th green more than any player I've ever known, I think. And if he's to get them right, and a few others, I think if JT, shout out to a friend of mine, I suppose, who pointed this out to me earlier today, but JT's par 5 record at Augusta is pretty dismal. Sits outside the top 20, I think, in par 5 scoring over the past 4 or 5 years, which you can't do if you want to take down that green jacket.
Probably the reason why he hasn't contended properly, I think, yet.
Yeah, no.
I was on him for 2020, 2021. 2020, we had a real chance, I thought, on Saturday, and then I think it got delayed. He came back out, put it in the water on 13, and that was his chance gone, really. And last year, he never got into it. So,
well, no, interesting. So, well, we won't keep people waiting any longer. Let's get straight into these selections then. So what we're going to do, guys, for those of you that are listening in, we're going to go for one of Danny's best picks, and then I'm going to bring you one of my outsiders. Like I say, if you are interested in my headline picks, then head over to the Gingerbets Golf Betting Insights YouTube channel. It's all there from earlier today, or you can subscribe to the gingerbets.substack.com newsletter. So it's all in there. A little plug for the newsletter there, Danny. I hope you don't mind. So why don't you hit me with your number one pick this week for the Masters? Who's going to wear that green jacket Sunday night?
The wearer of the green jacket on Sunday, for me, he's been the best player in majors over the last 5 years. He's won 4 of them. He wants to add to them. I think he's a major performer. He wants to win the majors. He's not bothered about the small events. Second year in 2019, 7th in 2020. Injured in 2021, missed the cut. Fair enough. I can write that off. Drives the ball brilliantly. And he's playing well recently. He's had 3 top 20s in the last 5 starts. And also the key par 5 scoring average stat, he's ranked inside the top 10 in 4 of the last 5 years in the PGA Tour. And if you haven't guessed it yet, main bet this week, huge chance.
Oh, it's up there for them all to see.
Brooks Koepka, 20-1.
Well, I can jump in on this one because he is also my headline selection, and I'm going to share a little stat that blows my mind with the viewers here. 10 top 10 finishes in his last 13 majors. That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just loves majors.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he gets off to a hot start day one, he's definitely going to be there and thereabouts, and no one will want to be in a group with him come Saturday or Sunday.
Could not agree more. I mean,
look, he's going for the double. He's winning this, and then he's winning the Claret Jug at his favourite venue, at St Andrews. Well, he might not do all 4, but he's going to do 2.
But yeah, if we know if he wins this and then wins the Open, that's it. He's done all 4, hasn't he?
Well, there you go. People can tune out now. They've already got the winner. They don't need to listen to the next 4 selections. No, interesting. Well, my first, I'm going to go with one of the big price players, and it's Adam Scott, who's going to be my best big price pick. He's 50-1, 70-1 on the exchanges. Arrives in decent form, if not spectacular form. He's only got 2 missed cuts from 20 visits, a previous winner here, 7th in proximity to the hole over the last 24 rounds on tour. In terms of bogey avoidance and defense, which you need around Augusta, he's ranked in the top 15 over the last 36 rounds. Primed for a big performance from Scotty, the man from down under. He is going to headline my big price portfolio for the week. Yeah,
I can see the angle with Scott. Only thing that put me off Adam Scott is his putter. Tends to go cold.
On fast greens, if you to go on to fantasynational.com where you can put lightning fast greens in as the selection, in the 90 or 88 that tee it up this week, Scotty ranks inside the top 20, and he puts best on the lightning fast greens. So don't let that put you off. Dial into Scotty. He's the man, and he can certainly wear another green jacket. Who's your second pick then, Danny?
Second pick is my favourite golfer, if you know me. He adores this course, probably his favourite tournament of the year. Won the event in 2015, second in 2014 and 2016. He threw it away 2016, let's be honest. He should have gone back-to-back. He was third in 2018 when he was playing terribly, and he was third last year. And I thought he had a good chance last year to win this. He's got one of the best short games around, as we know. He ranks 4th on strokes gained around the green in the last 12 months. And he also ranks 1st tee to green in Texas last week. Second pick for me, Jordan Spieth. Thought the 12-1 that we saw was too short. But now the 22-1 quotes are backable for me, and I would be very surprised if he's not up there come Sunday afternoon.
Well, I'll always shake his hand if I was ever lucky enough to meet him after his 2016 capitulation. That was my biggest ever golf win. That was the Danny Willett year. Yeah, that was it. It was music to my ears. One of the greatest nights of my life. But I actually have laid Spieth this week. I've started laying him at 16.5, 17 on Betfair about 3 or 4 weeks back. I couldn't believe that he was still that short. So I'm going to be against you this week on Spieth. I think he's arrived here in better form. For example, last year won the Texas Open, then only finished third. This year performed pretty dismally, I thought, at the Texas Open. Yeah, his tee to green game was unsung, but you're going to have to put well around Augusta, and it can't be something that he's liking going into it, that he's put that bad. I mean, it was, by his standards, pretty poor.
He came out after and said that it was his worst ever performance on the greens at a tournament. I mean, I was on him last week again, shock. And the amount of puts inside 4 foot that he missed, it wasn't good enough at all. But
no,
I think the thing with having a bad putting week is they can sometimes be easy to rectify next week.
Yeah. Well, it's a horses for courses place. If there's any course on the whole of the PGA Tour that correlates year on year, where previous course form stands up, the Masters and Augusta National would be one of those courses. So look, I can 100% see the reasoning, but I'll not be shaking your hand on Sunday. Do not text me Sunday if he wins, please. You will be blocked.
I'll wait until Monday morning.
Oh, that's kind of you. Well, my second big price player, I was keen on him last week for the Texas Open, where he had a magnificent chance, and then he was trading 8-1 on the final day, and then threw it away on the third, fourth hole on the fourth round on Sunday. But Siwoo Kim, 110-1, 8 places, Bet365 is the place to go and get it. I think he's now 100s. This was this afternoon, so it's Monday evening, 9:30 in the UK now. Arrives in solid form. Like I say, top 20 at the Texas Open, just snuck in. Ranks in the top 20 for strokes gained around the green, and scrambling and defense is important, Augusta. Don't let everyone tell you it's all about second shots and bombing it off the tee. Think Patrick Reed, think Matsuyama, think Tiger, these guys, think Patrick Reed. These guys have an incredible short game, and that's what Siwoo's doing right now. Also ranks in the top 20 for proximity to the hole from 150 to 200 yards, a key distance this week. So 100-1. Does he have the temperament to lift that trophy, or should I say wear that jacket? I'm not sure, but he's definitely improved year on year at the Masters and finished 12th last year.
Back to last year.
Yeah.
When I think he made a bad chip and he broke his putter for some benign reason. And he had to put the last 4 holes with his 3-wood.
Maybe that's why I like him. It's the type of thing I'd have done at cricket or football or golf myself. So I've got maybe a bit of sympathy for his temperament or his lack of. But yeah, he's got the talent. Look, you don't go around and win a Players and go bogey free on the last round of the Players Championship without having a serious skill set. And he certainly got that. But he'll be my second big price pick. So I've got Scotty and Siwoo.
See him going well, Siwoo.
Yeah. Hit me with your third then, buddy.
Third one for me. Like you said then, horses for courses. Second in 2019. Third in 2021 last year. For me, last year, I was on him last year as well. It looked like he was going to win. To me, he could have done. 16, he said he hit a perfect shot, and it came up short, went in the water, ended up making a triple bogey. 9 top 10s in majors, in 18 major appearances. Loves the big occasion. Over the last 12 months, he ranked 7th tee to green, 9th approach. Brilliant iron player when he's on it. And he's usually a reliable putter as well. And like we said before, the par 5 scoring stats, he ranks inside the top 10 in the last 3 years on average on the PGA Tour. And he topped the stat in 2020 as well. Third pick, 22-1, Xander Schauffele. And he believes he can win round here, and so do I.
Well, he might believe he can win round here. Do you think he can actually win another golf tournament? You do realise the last time that he won, I think you might have been in nappies. It was about 4 years ago.
If we don't count
the Mouse tournament,
If we don't count the Olympics in summer, last time he won
That
was
doesn't count.
January 2019. Last time he won,
2019.
which
Come on.
it is poor, but oh God, I've got a bit of cough. Excuse me.
Okay.
He's not left that top 10 in the world since then. So
Well,
he's always there or
he
thereabouts.
only plays once a month, and then when he does, he plays in the bloody Tin Pot tournaments, finishes tied 7th, has some good strokes gained behind him, and then
He'll be up there this week.
and then he's 7-1 next week to win.
He'll be up there. Just watch. He loves it round here.
He does. No, in fairness, look, I'm digging you a bit. I can totally see the reasoning behind. But what I am going to point out to you, you missed out the 28-1 on Bet365 that boosted it all week.
I know. I can't believe I didn't see
only
that.
went 8 places with him at that price on Friday and Saturday.
28 is far too big. 22, I think 22 is backable.
As a goodwill gesture, courtesy of Gingerbets, I'll do you £10 maximum stake. I did collect the money on the player at the, who was it, the players that I laid you? I can't remember. Morikawa, yeah. Well, send that whenever you want. You can send that tenner over. I'll go 35-1. In fact, 40-1. Gingerbets boost. Forget Fred. Fred's got nothing on Gingerbets. Gingerbets are going 40-1, £10 max for Danny Speck only. You having it?
Bet placed.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's my Zinger Burger box meal vote on Saturday night then, or Sunday night from the local KFC. Job's a good one.
I won't go to KFC just yet.
Well, so my third big price player that I'm going to put forward, and I could not believe the exchange price. He's now 200-1, but he was 400-1. It's Taylor Gooch, a winner of the RSM in late 2021. I think that was November time. 7th at the Arnold Palmer, which is a course that correlates well to Augusta National, and he's gaining strokes in all key departments right now. That's off the tee with approach, around the green and putting. He's got a big game in him. He's a proper golfer. He enjoys big bad boy golf courses like he faces this week. And I think that he has certainly got the temperament and the game to sneak into the top 10. So he's an each way selection, 10 places with Paddy Power, 8 places Bet365. I'd be taking advantage of both of those. I believe that he is going to perform well in a few of the majors this year. Any thoughts on Gucci?
I looked at Gooch for quite a long time. Didn't quite make it, but I can see why you'd be backing him. Anything 80s or above, I think, is value, to be honest.
No, well, he's my third. So hit me with your fourth selection then.
Popular player, 3 top 10s, 4 starts at the Masters. Encouraging signs last week. Seemed to hit his irons quite well. He's had top 10 finishes in 22 majors in his career. And he's 66-1 this week. Last year for this tournament, he was 28-1. Tony Finau. 66 is big value.
I'm with you. I've tipped him up myself earlier today. It's a great look. You've got to remember when it comes to majors, I mean, it's a bit like horse racing. You've got to peak them for the Cheltenham Festival or the Aintree or Punchestown Festival for the Irish trainers. If you're in the golf game, it's about 4 or 5 times a year peaking for it. And Tony's shown that his game stands up to major tests. If he can just build on a little momentum, it would not surprise me if he got off to a good start and was competitive come the weekend. So I've tipped him up myself. Couldn't believe the price, 66-1. I was all over it.
Far too big.
Yeah, no,
great driver of the ball. If he hits his irons well, we know his putting is very suspect. But we've seen
he's a better bet than Xander this week. Xander and him, obviously, Xander's had a bit more class over the past few weeks. Don't get me wrong.
I can see this. Yeah,
but yeah, look, one's 28 or 22 if you've got your ticket, and then if you've got a good ticket, maybe 28-1 for some of those punters out there.
I've got 40s.
Well, I suppose you've got a little of 40s, yeah. But that's the truth. Tony Finau now is a backable price, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes off 50-1 with the bookmakers for sure, if not 45. 40s. Yeah, and 55 on the exchange.
I mean, he's generally not a great putter, but we've seen not great putters be up there in the Masters. Zalatoris was up there.
Zalatoris, Matsuyama's won it.
Matsuyama's not a great putter.
Not at Sergio, by the way. And that year he beat Rose in a playoff, I think it was. So Rose definitely not a good putter. No, honestly, I can see why. So no, fair play. Good pick. I'm liking that one the most, I would say, outside of Brooks. Well, my fourth big price one then. Ooh, I've got a few here, but I'm going to go for somebody that everyone's going to dismiss because of his length, Webb Simpson. He's got 4 top 20 finishes in his last 4 Masters. Yes, he can't hit it very far off the tee, but what he's got in his favour, he's got an elite level wedge game. Think Zach Johnson. He's got an elite level scrambling and an elite temperament to take down a major tournament. He's already won the hardest of the lot in the US Open. 5th here in 2018. And when people say, oh, yeah, it's too short, he's not done it 1 year. He's done it in the hard conditions. He's done it in the 2020 soft conditions. For the past 4 years, he's competed in the Masters. And when you're getting 100 to 1, 80 to 1, 11, 10 places, he's got to be there to consider. And on the exchanges, 250 to 1, sign me up. I'll have a bit of that. If he gets off to a hot start, he'll be 40 to 1, and I'll have a free 200-point free bet. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I said to you earlier on the phone, I said, his length does put me off, but I can see definite upside to his price there, 110 to 1, whatever, 125 to 1 if he's each play on the sports books. But
well, I'm just looking for players here. So look, I've tipped this guy up, but you've got JT, 17th, 12th, 4th, and 21st over his last 4 visits. No different to Webb's. Absolutely none. One's 4 million to 1 in the betting, and the other one's the second favourite.
The one thing with Simpson is he did have surgery, I think, in the close season, January.
Yeah, he's not been the same player, but he's when it comes to majors, his prep will have been up this week for sure, and the last 2 weeks. And I think majors, a lot of them are lost on day one. He's got the temperament, and that's what I'm looking for in my portfolio of players. I've got some lunatics in Siwoo, but I want a steady Eddie, and that's what he gives me.
Speaking of lunatics, my 5th pick.
Go on then, hit me.
He was 4th on 2017 here on his debut. Like we said, the course form's vital to anyone's chances, really. He's been playing well recently. Well, I mean, we can say well, but you don't really rate this. But he won the Portugal Masters last year, and he won in Abu Dhabi in the Rolex Series on the DP World Tour at the start of the year. 11 places, 100 to 1. Thomas Pieters, I think he's got a good chance of getting placed this week. I think since his last win, he won in 2019, I think, and then he won obviously last year twice. He won last year, and then he won this year. He knows how to win it. He knows how to win a tournament. He knows how to perform. 4th, like we said before, 4th in 2017. I don't see any reason why he can't sneak into the 11. And 100 to 1, you're getting 20 to 1 for a place.
No. Look, I'm not a fan of the pick. I'll be honest. I'm not a fan, as we said earlier today. But look, he's got the game that could be competitive at Augusta for sure. His length and his iron play is incredible. But I don't know. There's something that if I was looking at him and Siwoo, similar prices. I prefer Siwoo. His consistency right now. I think he's proven it in the States. He's won a massive tournament. What is it? The Portugal. I think I nearly qualified for that off my handicap. And I think a few of the lads I play golf with might have even won it. So there we go. I'm not sure he's got the pedigree, but no, I can see the reasonings why. Well, look, that's a pretty impressive portfolio in the main. So you've got Brooks, definitely a fan. Then you've got Spieth. Again, I can see the reasons why. Xander, for sure, with a price boost, 40 to 1. And then we're on to some of the big price players. T4 Tony, and then finally Thomas Pieters, rounding out Danny's portfolio for the week. Well, good luck with your bets, Danny. Any other snippets to share before you leave us?
I'll tell you my one late of the week. I think he's far too short. His last 3 wins, I believe he's ranked 1st in putting over the events, which means that when he finds a hot putter, fair, he does win, but it's hard to top the putting stats week in, week out. He can't. It's impossible. Cameron Smith, 16 to 1. Yeah, not for me.
I'd agree.
25 to 1, 28 to 1. Fair enough. 16's far too short. There's 14s in some places. I think, overreaction. Fair enough. He won the Players, won it well. To be honest.
Finished, but he nearly didn't. A lot of pressure got to him in the last few holes. And if he finishes 2nd or 3rd there, he's 30. He's the same price as Cantlay and Xander this week. And now That's gone from, he's gone from having a 3.5% chance to a 5.5%, more 6.5% chance of winning. In a field of 90 people. Not for me, not because of that. I agree. He's one of my lays of the week. Other lays for me, Daniel Berger, poor Augusta record, only one round in the 60s from 16. Not good enough to win for me. And he's been tipped up by a few respected judges, certainly people that I like. So that's interesting, but I'm massively against him. Also, Lowry, who's been tipped up by some of the best in the UK. I think Ben Coley's tipped him up, who's arguably the most high-profile tipster in the country. If he'd have twittered me, I'd have given him a 70-1 price boost on Lowry. He can't win here. He's never broken the top 20.
Lowry's always popular, but I never seem to back him.
No. And then two other lays for me. Hideki just got him up here now. Injury concerns and the poor record of the defending champs. And I think you can leave us, Danny, with a cool stat, which I think you've got. Which is, there we go.
3 of the last 5 defending champions have missed the cut the following year. The other 2 not finishing in the top 30. Spieth in 16, the last defending champions finishing in the top 10, and he should have gone back to back, like we said.
And the last player before that was Tiger in 2006, I think.
That's correct, yeah. I mean, look, we saw DJ last year. He terrible defense of his green jacket. Missed the cut by some
his
distance.
Masters record is pretty sensational. Over the past 6 years, it goes 6th, 4th, 10th, 2nd, 1st, missed cut. It tells you that the pressures of doing the extra press conferences, organising that dinner hype, takes its toll.
I actually think DJ will have a decent week this week, but not quite made the cut for me at 16s.
He was close for me. There was quite a few that were hard to scrub off the list this week. Rahm was hard. I think his game is better than people think. So I think DJ, but he disappointed me massively against Scotty Scheffler. And I looked at quite a lot of that round. His driving wasn't as good as the commentary box at Sky make out. And I'm prepared to be against him. I need to see a bit more upside in his game before I'll be dialing into him at majors at this price. So, well,
we know one thing for sure. Brooks Koepka will be wearing the green jacket Sunday night.
I hope so. I hope so very much.
I'm very confident with that winner.
Well, thank you for joining me tonight, and thanks for sharing your insights, tips, and thoughts with the viewers. This will be uploaded onto YouTube, and I'm sure it'll be in a few other places over the next few days. Danny, just before you leave us, let us have your Twitter address, because people should be following this. It's one of the best follows on Twitter for golf tips for sure.
Danny_spec.
There you go. Well, get that into your Twitter search bar now and get following Danny. He's been backing winners plentiful over the 2021 and bits and pieces in 2022, it's fair to say. But it's all going to change this week. Masters winners, here we come. Thank you for listening. Good luck with all your wagers this week. And it's been a pleasure talking to you. And that's it from us. Bye from me.
Goodbye, everyone. Good luck.
Cheers.